Hey y'all, welcome back. So we're gonna do a little bit of a different video today. First things first, obviously not a vlog, obviously not where I sit when I do my weekly roundups. We are in my bathroom today. One, because me and my husband share an office space and he's in there doing some things now and I needed to get this recorded. But two, I was going through some of my vlog footage that I haven't put up for y'all yet. I don't know if I'm actually going to because it was kind of just seeming a little bit redundant. But one thing I realized was that I take y'all along with me and I tell you that I got some of these things and then you never hear about them again. And I actually have gotten quite a few items that I haven't tried before. So I figured, why not tell you how I'm feeling about the items that I got that I hadn't tried before. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Let's go ahead and get it started. The first thing, most of these are gonna be beauty, by the way, but the only thing that's non-beauty related is this cup. This is one of the cups from Five Below that if you're on like the beverage side of TikTok, everybody was talking about for a little bit. It's considered a Stanley Cup dupe. Let me tell you, first of all, I have one Stanley Cup. It's not the big 40 ouncer. It is just the like regular size cup, and I actually didn't buy it. It was my friend's. She came to my house with it and then left it there. We washed it for her and then she never took it back. So then it became mine. She does know that I have it, but I have that one. And then the cups that I generally like are the Simply Modern, just because I do feel like Stanley cups are super expensive for no reason. And I think the Simply Modern cups are a little bit more reasonably priced. And I also love the flat top on the Simply Modern 40 ounces. But nevertheless, this was all the rage. Listen, we're gonna be hard to find a cup that I don't like, right? It's a cup. I love any type of like Turvis type style thing. But do I love this cup and would I call it a dupe for the Stanley or the Simply Modern? No. I was gonna say simply because of one thing, but it's actually a couple things. First things first is the inside, and yes, my water is still in there. The inside is not steel, so as far as like the beverages staying cold and or hot, that doesn't happen. The inside is just plastic. Therefore, the beverages become room temperature very easily. Now, I don't put ice in my Stanley or in my Simply Moderns, so I like the fact that they will stay cold, and at worst, if I leave it for maybe a day, you know what I mean? They will, or if I drink that last cup of water for like at night into the next day, it might be room temperature by the next day. But with this, it will be room temperature within like 2 or 3 hours. The next thing I don't really care for about this cup is the lid. Now, if you can see, has this rubber thing on it, so it's not supposed to be screwed on. But then when you push it closed, the rubber thing will like kind of raise when you push it closed on some part. And so it doesn't close all the way. And what I've found is that I'm a person that carries a lot of things in at one time, which is why my nail is broken right now. When I have bent over, if this is full, it does spill out. So don't love that. And I don't really love this plastic straw either. However, it is a good cup. It's got the skinny bottom and the handle, and I think this color is cute. So it also is like $6.17 after tax. I don't know why $6.17 is coming to mind, but I think that's how much it is. So all in all, an exact dupe, no, but you're paying for the things that you're paying for on Stanley and Simply Modern. You're not paying that price for this $6.17 cup, if that makes sense. Next thing we're going to move into is the Soap and Glory Enriched Body Oil. If you watched that vlog where I talked about body oils, I told y'all my favorite body oil of all time is the Saltaire. I stand by that. Again, if you didn't watch that vlog, I simply cannot do the Saltaire body oil right now just because I can't find it. I just don't think it's worth the price. When I say worth it, I mean the amount of product you get. I think the product itself is worth the price. Just the amount that you get in that Saltaire body oil is not worth the price. I don't think one of those Saltaire's body oils lasts me a whole 2 months. I'm not kidding. However, again, you just feel like cashmere when you put that Saltaire body oil on. And I love the scents. The pink, I think it's Pink Beach is my favorite one. And then I do love the Santal Bloom that they have there as well. But again, just, I think it comes to like $25 after shipping and handling and tax. Then I gotta wait 2 days for it to get there. It's just like, I can't really reason that every month and a half. But this Soap and Glory is, I think, it came out to like $13. And it's the signature Soap and Glory scent of the Rose and Bergamot. And I love Rose and Bergamot anything. But that Soap and Glory scent is just so nostalgic to me, to like my early to mid 20s years, where, you know, it was just like carefree, life is just life, and you know, you're going out with your girls every weekend. So I love that. I think this body oil feels really good, I will say that, and it gets the job done. Next thing body related y'all saw me get was the Tree Hut Vanilla Sugar Scrub. Now I use these regardless. If I have never actually even gotten a different body scrub, it's always been the tea tree. However, I think this vanilla is too vanilla-y, if that makes sense. There's a hair in that, but it's, I like a little something else, and I love vanilla scented things. I don't know, it's just, I want vanilla and something, if that makes sense. Now, next thing we're gonna move on to is the Juvia's Place Liquid Blush. I got this right before Vegas, like I told y'all, and I got the shade Blush Lily. I really, really liked this. Let me start by saying that. When I watched, here, I don't know if this is gonna focus enough to where y'all can see the shade, but when I watched a bunch of videos about this, TikTok specifically, everybody said go in lightly. And if you want more than build, and what I will say is 100%. Excuse me, I love that I knew that at first, or else I probably would have gone in the way I do with the Rare Beauty blushes. If you've used the Rare Beauty blushes before, you know that the consistency is a bit thicker, but it's not thick, if that makes sense. If you've used Rare Beauty, you know what the Rare Beauty blushes, then you know what I'm talking about. This is almost like paint, like, and again, love the pigment and everything on it, but I'm just really happy that I knew to go in lightly first, and I actually went in super light and built up a little bit more. And this was one of the things I bought, again, to go to Vegas for Beyonce. And I actually ended up using this the night before the Beyonce concert, just because I did not want to start getting ready for Beyonce and be using this new makeup that I had never used before, and then hate something, have an hour before the show and have to redo my face. But I really liked these. I definitely will get more colors. I also think they're on sale right now. I'm 99% sure these are on sale right now at Ulta, and yeah, by the time you guys see this, they should still be on sale. So I definitely love those. I'm gonna get some more shades. The next thing I bought, again, for Beyonce, for Vegas, was this Halo Glow Beauty Wand by e.l.f. Now, let me just be honest with y'all. That night before Beyonce, like I said, when I was trying out all this new makeup, I put this on at first, and I was like, no, nope. I was like, absolutely not. I don't really contour my face on the day-to-day. I really only contour my face for like special occasions. If I'm doing full glam, like going to a wedding or something like that. Even when I get on stage for like to do stand-up, I don't contour my face. I usually just use like the you know, cream bronzer, Makeup by Mario, Anastasia, Beverly Hills. I go in with those and just kind of messily do it. The only, if I have contoured my face in the past, it is 9 times out of 10 been with a darker concealer. I have used the, what is that, NYX Contour and Sculpt Wand, I think it is. It's got the highlight shade on one end and then the contour on the other end. It's a dual stick. I really loved that. It's just, again, usually it's cream bronzer. However, my best friend uses the Charlotte Tilbury contour stick, and he loves it. And he was sitting there going in with his, like, oh yeah, I love this so much. And I was like, no, I hate this. However, I ended up sticking with it and building it up more that evening, and I ended up loving it. I did wear it the night of the Beyonce concert, and I also had like 20 minutes to get ready for brunch the next day, because my fault. And I was looking at pictures and videos from especially not only Beyonce, but brunch the next day. And I was like, damn bitch, your face looks good. So really, really loved that. The other Juvia's Place item that I bought with y'all is the liquid highlighter. Now these are newer. I got the Ivory light shade. I don't know if these are on sale. I just know for a fact that I saw that the liquid blush was on sale. But I feel like that video said that all of Juvia's Place was on sale. Now, this liquid blush, again, this liquid blush, here, I'll just put it on my hand for y'all. I keep saying liquid blush. This is liquid highlighter. This, I kind of had a little bit of a, I don't want to say a hard time working in. I went in super light again with this because of what I heard about the blush, and I ended up having to work it in a little bit more. Obviously, this is a lot. This is not how much I put on my face, but I loved, loved, loved this shade and how it kind of gave me a glow from within. I know that now we don't really highlight as much as we did back in like the 2015-16 YouTube girly era, but I still love a highlight. You need to see these cheekbones popping, okay? You need to see my nose popping, right? So I do really like these. There were a couple other shades, honestly, that I absolutely would get, but this Ivory one, I really did love the glow that it gave. What's next? Let's do the R.E.M. Beauty Sweetener Concealer. Y'all, if you watched that vlog, you knew that I was super excited about this. I had watched a bunch of videos. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna love it. The main video that persuaded me to get it, I'm a concealer freak. I love concealer. The woman said that she put it on underneath as like kind of a brightening, underneath her other concealers as a brightening. So what I will say is when I started with it, I did want to wear it by itself first to see if I liked it and see how it was going to wear. By itself, I really like how it looks. I really like how it looks by itself. However, I noticed a ton of not only creasing, but also it would start wearing off really badly. Now, I know some of y'all are going to be like, well, bitch, you wear glasses. I know that. I've worn glasses longer than I've worn makeup. I quite literally learned how to do my makeup around my glasses. However, my makeup does not come off with, like, my concealer and my makeup around my nose does not come off or like that with any other concealer that I use. At first I thought it was like because I had my glasses on. So then what I did is I said, you know what, let me go in with it the way and put it on under a concealer like the woman in the video that suggested. And when I did that, I noticed that it was coming off again. And I don't just mean coming off like on my nose part, like it was breaking up bad. You know if you have makeup on and you cry and it'll start like it will start separating and like moving down here. That's what it was doing. And I was not crying whatsoever. And that's a problem for me because you could see it. Like you could see it very clearly breaking up underneath, and I hated that. So then, I'm not gonna lie, once I put it on underneath my regular concealers, I did start to think that maybe it was my skin and maybe I was, I needed to do an exfoliant. I didn't know what was going on, so I did exfoliate, and then I tried it again, did it again, then I did my concealer without it, and I did not have that problem. So that leads me to believe that it is this, and that kind of sucks because I really wanted to like this. I might still mess with it and see what I can do, but as far as buying it again, it's probably going to be a no. This is the concealer brush by Morphe that I got to use with it. Now this, I like. This is M224. And I actually started using this with my regular concealer. And I did it not every day, because when I do everyday makeup, I'm not kidding, 7 minutes flat. Like when I'm going to work, I beat that face really quickly, set it, and then go. But I did a little bit of a more concentrated look because I did have a stand-up performance, so I wanted to make sure that the face was looking good. So I used my concealer, or put my concealer on with that, and I really liked it. So that is it. And I think this was only like $8. You know, Morphe brushes are really good, or really well priced. Let's do this. The Milani Baked Powder Blush in Petal Primavera. I'm gonna tell y'all this. This was lighter than I thought I wanted at first. However, I love this. I love this by itself every day, just as a, you know, quick blush. What I love about the Milani Baked Blushes is that you actually don't have to put on highlighter when you put these on, especially for like every day. For example, I have this on right now. I don't have any highlighter on, but you still get a glow with these blushes. So really like this. I also got the liquid Poreless Putty Primer in the, again, liquid one instead of in that pot. That pot, I love that putty primer. Let's start there. But I have nails. Scooping it out and like doing that with it all the time was not working for me. I really love this. Is it a little bit more liquidy than I would like? Yes, but it doesn't bother me. I feel like it does the same as the putty in the pot. I mean, for me personally, it's just beware, it's a little bit more runny than you would think. Now, this I bought in Vegas, and it is the Givenchy Prisme Libre. Forgive me, I'm not a designer girly, but it's the Givenchy Prism Libre powder. I got the 5. 5. So how I ended up buying this in Vegas, my best friend Corey had this in his shade. I think he wears 2, and he did it underneath his eyes, and we were doing our makeup, and I looked at him, and he was of course raving about it, but then he also was like, bitch, he was like, no, like, I put this, I set my face with this, blah, blah. And I was looking at him and I was like, damn, your face does look good. And he was like, try mine underneath your eyes. First he was like, you gonna set your whole face with 2? And I was like, not doing that. So I said, but you know what? I can set my under eyes with it. When I set my under eyes with this shit, I was like, hold on. Now, somebody I saw said like, this is a great powder, but do you need it? No. Lies and fallacies. You need this now. This shit, it's Givenchy, so it's not cheap. Okay? I thought long and hard. He had to go to Sephora for something before the Beyonce concert. I needed to go because I actually forgot. What did I forget? I forgot something. Oh, I'll tell y'all what happened. When I unpacked my suitcase, when I opened my suitcase and got my cosmetics bag, this is my toner. I probably had about this much left in it. When I opened my cosmetics bag, I was like, oh, something's wet. Now, I put my loofah in the bag wet because I took a shower right before we got on the plane. I chalked it up to it being that. When I took this out, it was empty. It spilled everywhere, which is crazy because the cap was on. Like, the cap was still on when I opened the bag. So the fact that it spilled out everywhere, I don't know if it was the cabin pressure or what, but ugh. So I had to go get one of those because I need that. I need that product. Let me tell y'all, I did it. I didn't have it for like a day, and I used my friend's toner, and I could tell a difference in my skin. So that will keep staying with me until the end of time. However, when we went in the store, he was like, look, they have it. And I was like, oh, and the girl was there, the Givenchy representative was there, and she was like talking to me about it. She was showing it to me, and he was like, just get it. I was like, oh, I was going back and forth. I want to say I stayed down there for like, I was like, let me think about it. I don't know. And then I said, I'll just get the travel size because it is expensive. It's like, I want to say this is like a $55, $60 powder. I can't think about it. So they didn't have the travel size, and he was like, bitch, you knew you looked good. So I was like, I had some Sephora points that I could cash in. I cashed in my Sephora points and then paid the difference, and I said, fuck it, we bought. I also had a margarita in my hand, so there's that as well. Had I not been at brunch drinking mimosas and had that margarita in my hand while we shopped, I don't know if I still would have gotten it. But we got it. We love it. I don't use it every day, obviously, because it really does give like full cover. Like for me, I don't know. It's just one of those powders that it's like, okay, this is like a full face bead powder for me. Moving on. Now, y'all did not see me buy this. I got this on a whim, but I gotta rave about this Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. I want to say they just recently came out with this. Don't quote me, but I'm like, again, 99% sure they just recently came out with this. I did not have high hopes for this, but I didn't have low hopes for it. However, it exceeded my expectations. I have it on now, first of all. And when I say that it just really gives such a quick filter over the face look, I really mean it. I also like that it doesn't seem, I have combination skin. It doesn't seem to be as oily as other tinted moisturizers tend to get for me. And it is a thinner consistency. It's not super thin. I feel like it's maybe a hint, if you've used Eavesdrop by Fenty, it's maybe like a hint thicker, but they're similar in consistency. And I love Eavesdrop by Fenty. I love it. However, I would get pretty shiny pretty quickly when I used Eavesdrop. This, I still get shiny. Again, I have combination skin, so I get shiny in like my T-zone, and especially like right here when I have on glasses. This, not the case. It is such a good, quick tinted moisturizer, and I made a TikTok about it, and I said like, this is perfect for the girlies who overslept for their brunch shift and they can't have another tardy, right? But they still need to put makeup on their face. This is perfect for the people who wake up in the morning and they're like, do I need makeup? Do I need makeup? I put it on with my hands yesterday, and then today I tried it with a brush. I don't really see a huge difference either or. I would say going with a brush or going with your hands. Obviously, going in with a brush was a little bit cleaner. But love, love, love it. Even if you're not a tinted moisturizer girly, I feel like you would like that. Then this Make It Last Matte by Milani. You guys saw me talk about this. Like I said, my friend in Vegas had the All Nighter Matte by Urban Decay. I don't have All Nighter matte money right now, so I got this. It's fine. It's definitely not the same as the All Nighter by Urban Decay, but it was good. That I think is actually going to wrap up everything. Oh, I wanted to talk to y'all about my hair, since you saw me put the kind of glaze over it. If you watched a couple of vlogs back, you saw me put the glaze on this wig that I have right before I got my braids taken out. So it was the Chi, actually, is it? No, I thought it was down there. It's the Chi glaze. It's from Sally's. Again, you guys can go back 2 vlogs and it's in that one. Everything is available at Sally's. Again, I just used, did I use 10 or 20 developer? I used 20 developer. Shook it up and sectioned it off and went ahead and put this over this unit, because I was getting it put back on, and the last time I had it on before now, it had some highlights for the summer in it. And what my main point was in doing the glaze, as I told y'all back in that vlog, was that I wanted it to be darker, but I didn't want it to lose, the color that it had. And it's perfect. It turned out perfect. It did come out a little bit darker at first. However, I have shampooed it since, and I feel like you can kind of see the highlights that are poking through now. I'm obsessed with it. So if you cannot get to the hairdresser, and as y'all know, if you've watched my videos before, you know I was a hairdresser for 6 years. If you cannot get to the hairdresser, you want to, give your hair an extra oomph, give it a glaze, anything, those Chi glazes at Sally's Beauty, 10 out of 10, cannot recommend them enough. I also really liked the way they smelled, which may sound weird, but nevertheless. Okay, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these products. If you go get them, tell me how you feel about them, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.